Hey guys, what's up? So, you notice there's no intro with this because this is an update, as the title most likely says, most likely suggests. Yeah, I wanted to quickly throw out this update because it's up at the end of the month. In fact, I'm not too sure if this is going to come out. I'm trying to push this to be at the end of the month, but things in the way. Seriously. This month has been a kind of crazy because just about nothing that I wanted to happen happened. In the sense that things that I was planning, like I wanted this to be a bit of a surprise month for you guys, as I was able to get out a couple of reviews that I've been behind on. I thought I'd be able to get them out this month, and nothing went right. Nothing went right. I wasn't feeling well for like the first couple of weeks, and then places that I thought I would be in by now, where I'd be able to, record at that location to be able to get some testing done, that did not. That completely fell apart. Like I'm not even just. It's frustrating because I'm supposed to. I'm kind of. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm kind of in the middle of moving, sort of, but now that's kind of in limbo. It's like the place is there, but I can't get there yet. So it's like this holding pattern, where things that I wanted to get off the ground, I can't get it off the ground, and it's just been getting in the way of everything. Work, thankfully, hasn't really been too stressful, but it's been kind of long and it's been taking a bit out of me. So I mean, hell, I'm pretty sure there's some online friends of mine who have been noticed. You've been kind of quiet for the past couple of weeks because I've been either recuperating or trying to get stuff working that I can't get working this month. So I'm a little frustrated because it may seem like on my end like I don't really care about much anymore. Not trust me, I do, and I got things. I'm pretty sure the LKChen guys are like thinking that he doesn't like our stuff anymore. And trust me, I do, and I'm behind on stuff that I want to review. But God, I don't want to just simply give my thoughts on them and not show what they can do. But I need to get footage, and I just haven't been able to get it with the way the weather's been, the way my current situation, living situation is, where I want to go, which is much better. I can't record over there yet. It's nuts. And to make matters worse, when I do get over there, the internet's not going to be properly set up yet. I'm going to have something, but it isn't going to be at speeds or the reliability that I have now, at least on the short term. Oh man, that one's going to be agony. I'll try to make best of that situation, but it ain't going to be good for the next couple of months. Like once I get over there, I'm assuming for the next 2-3 months, if I'm lucky, it's going to be rough over there internet-wise. So things are. I don't want to make you guys worry when I say things could be better, because as far as my life is concerned, things are fine. Like, financially, emotionally, stable, like that, things are fine. It's more, the stuff, things to do with convenience could be better, if that makes any sense. If you get what I'm trying to say, like things are going to be kind of inconvenient for me, and they already have started to be inconvenient for me. For the past few weeks or so. So it is what it is. I'm going to have to deal with things as is for the time being. But it's not all doom and gloom. I don't really think I had a chance to mention this to you guys, but I'm upgrading my rig. It's time. It's been time. Normally I usually wait about like 5 years or so before I build another machine. Like I try, and to be honest, this machine that I'm currently using could go on for a very long time. In fact, I'm passing down this particular machine to my son, who has a machine that really could use a jump, and I was planning on upgrading his, but I might as well just give him this one because this whole thing will be a major upgrade to what he has. But I'm waiting for one last part to come in. Like the other parts have come in. I'm just waiting for one last part, and then I'm going to put everything together on the weekend. I'm most likely going to be recording that, just like I've recorded the last couple of times I put my computer together. So if you guys are interested in that expect that video up, later on down the line, where I like put that one together, show you the parts I have. Some of you guys are probably going to be shaking your heads at the parts I've picked. I decided, I never really, all right, I shouldn't say never. I tend not to go top of the line when I build my computers. I like going for high mid. You know what I mean? I like going for a mid-range machine, but a high-end mid-range machine, if that makes any sense. Like, that's what I tend to like building for myself. I don't need to go super computer. I just need to go with, damn, that's a pretty good computer. Like, that's what I tend to go for. So that being said, this thing isn't going to exactly, like completely, blow your mind with its bench, with the bench scores and all that, but it's still going to be pretty good. Like, you'll see when I show you the parts that I have, it's not going to be like, it's not the latest and greatest, but it's still really good for what's there. At least I think so. Of course, other people have opinions. Go ahead and share them when the video's up. Patreon guys, somebody asked me to do something that I am not entirely certain I have the skills to do, but I've decided I'll at least show and talk about a couple of things about it. Those of you on Patreon know exactly what I'm talking about. I will be putting up something on that subject soon. And then feel free to either, be nice or make fun of it as much as you want. But I'll put it up, and then you guys can judge for yourselves if it's good enough or not. So I'll be putting that up soon. And then there is the topic of Q&As, which I am way behind on. I've been wanting to get back into that, especially after the fun that I had with the last one. I know the last, it really wasn't a Q&A. It was more just a live stream of me playing games, but I kind of had fun doing that. And I do want to kind of get back to doing just a straight up Q&A and then just chilling. I just need to set aside time for it. Next weekend definitely is not going to work because I'm building a computer. The weekend after that, maybe not, simply because I'm hoping to have a stream or a interview happening at that time with a very old friend of mine who has not been online in a very long time, but he's the reason why I ended up making YouTube videos in the first place. So those of you old schoolers who already picked up who I'm talking about because you've been around for a while and know my history here, yeah, I'm setting something up with him soon. It's going to be fun. And I'm hoping to get that up within the next few weeks or so. It depends on how our schedules come together. It's been a long time coming that we just sit down and talk about stuff. So, yeah, no, that should come up pretty good, I think. And then, of course, the martial arts stuff. I still got plenty more things to talk about as far as martial arts stuff goes and sword stuff goes. I'm going to ask you guys, what would you prefer? Me putting up sword reviews where I don't have too much in the ways of cutting footage, or would you rather wait until I have the footage? Because I got stuff that I got swords that I really want to talk about, like what they do, but I really think I'm not doing it much justice if I don't show what they do. You want to see them cut, you want to see them perform, and I some of the footage I have on some of these are okay, others need to be re-recorded, and then there's other stuff that I haven't had a chance to really do much with at all. But they're sitting here and they really need to be talked about. This, I got stuff that deserve to be, discussed about and talked about in terms of if it's a good sword or not. And a lot of them are really good. So I want to give them, the justice that they're due. So, just let me know what you guys prefer. Would you rather just make a video, talk about them, review them, but I don't necessarily have much in the way of footage, or wait until I have the footage and then put that out? Let me know, because I will say that if you'd rather the second, it's gonna take a bit because of circumstances. Oh my God, I can't believe how much was worked against me on that. But yeah, there's that, and then there's also, of course, we're talking about martial arts stuff in like theory, application, philosophy of it, history of it, things like that. I still got plenty to talk about in terms of that, especially when it comes to Chinese martial arts, because there's so much to talk about with that, so much twisted into it. Not necessarily all good, but a lot of stuff that's interesting and or good depending on your point of view. So there's that. And then, of course, there's the stuff that I used to talk about on this channel that I've kind of put a hiatus on. I still need to hurry up and get back to that. I got stuff that I've already recorded that I've just been sitting on because I'm not too sure if it's the right time to put them out yet. I might re-record those, or it depends. But I do have stuff that I've touched on that will rile some feathers. I talk about some political stuff that I used to. I touch on some, philosophical stuff that I used to touch on, which I don't think is going to rile as many feathers, but it might. Certain things that I, would like people to kind of think about a little bit more, because we're reaching a point now where I'm seeing a lot of intellectual stagnation, if you will. That's a nice way for me to call it. There's this thing going on. It's been going on for a while, but there's this thing going on where the way we look at things, the way we discuss things, the thoughts we have, the opinions we have, the viewpoints we have are stagnating in a horrible way. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of a way to put this. It's like, okay, you know how inbreeding is bad biologically speaking, because after a while, you get these defects, you get these mutations, but you end up also with an organism that, or a person, we're all organisms really, you end up with a living being that is not able to adapt to the environment around them, especially when the environment changes, especially when the environment, is evolving and moving all around them. When they're stuck with the same genes and the same, configuration, after a while, it just decays. It just falls apart. Like you end up, it's a huge detriment against that creature. It's a form of stagnation. They can't move forward. They can't move beyond. They can't function properly. The same thing's happening with a lot of, our schools of thought, the way we look at the world, how we go about thinking about things, how we go about discussing things. Things are getting more and more, for lack of a better term, inbred. Everybody's staying in their own intellectual circles, their own, social circles, their own bubbles. Especially online, you're seeing this where, now people are only getting their news from a certain source. They're only getting their opinions from a certain source. It becomes this echo chamber. And people have complained about the problems of echo chambers before. Of course, accusing, you guys are an echo chamber, while they're stuck in their own. And not realizing that weeks and months and years of being in this is completely effing up what's going on up here. It's becoming a sort of like intellectual inbreeding in a way. You're not exposing yourself to new ideas and being forced to have to evolve around those new ideas. Because like it or not, life's going to move on without you. And if you're not able to adapt to what's going on in life, and if you're stuck in just one paradigm, it's not going to be good for you down the line. It's in a variety of ways. So I feel like I really need to get back into kind of like shaking that up again like I used to, because lately I'm hearing a lot of nonsense from everywhere that's just having me going, what the fuck? And you guys know that I tend to skew more, I'm not a conservative. I'm just going to say it out there. Anybody who's been around me for a long period of time know that I'm not a conservative. And I think I really should put up a video as to why I'm not. And I've been meaning to do that for a long time. And it's not, I don't want to say anything that's going to straight up insult them. There's just a way I look at the world where I can't go that way. That being said, I'm hearing things from the so-called other side that's happening. What the fuck? So I'm getting it from everywhere. I'm having me going, did that just come out? Really? You think that? I'm getting that reaction myself. Like I'm reacting that way to just about everyone around me, no matter what their ideology is. And at the same time, I'll say something that I have, what? And I'm like, yeah, you don't see? And then I have to like put up like freaking flow charts and have lectures before they can finally, oh no, I get it. When this would have been simple stuff that somebody could have figured out like back in the 80s or 90s. So I think I need to kind of get back into that, just so I can say later on in my old age, I tried, I tried, to reach out to some people, before the extinction level event. So, anyway, yeah, these just want to give you an update on how things are going, up and down. Life-wise, I'm doing fine. Emotionally, I'm doing fine. My son's doing fine. Family's doing okay. It's just, you know, when it comes to convenience and trying to do things for the channel, that's where things are frustrating me. So I'm hoping to get out of that slump and put something up for you guys that you will enjoy. So it's been 15 minutes. I've been yapping too much. Next video will be a lot more substantive, I hope. Catch you guys later.